Why? They want to get the engine contained. They then next want to get the airplane cleaned up, meaning the flaps retracted, and then they want to get headed back towards the airport. And I'll walk you through all of that.
At Delta 446, are you ready to return at this time?
We can make a turn back toward the field and set up for a ILS to either runway.
Okay, so he says we're ready to return back to the field and set up. So what has taken place in that cockpit in the intervening time? Now, this whole episode probably took them 15 to 20 minutes. We've got 6.5 minutes worth of video to react to here because we compressed it a little bit for you. But basically this, depending on where the engine failure or fire is, if it's right after rotate, let's say they're at 200 feet, there's what's called an engine out altitude. And that altitude is set differently for every airplane on every takeoff. It depends on the elevation of the field, the capabilities of that aircraft. Typically speaking, it's about 800 feet to 1,000 feet above that field level. And we'll dial that in to our instrument right in front of us. So if I lose an engine on takeoff, I'm going to say to the other pilot, my aircraft, and I'm simply going to hold what I've got. I'm going to ask him to raise the gear to get rid of the drag, and we're just going to climb out. We're not going to do anything until we get to 400 feet. At 400 feet, I'm going to say, quick reference checklist. Let's do the first 5 items. Then we're going to confirm everything that we do. It's the challenge response checklist. The pilot monitoring gives me the challenge. I respond, he responds, and then we do the action, right? That's the same with the auto throttle switches. With the thrust levers, or the throttles as you would think of them, they get pulled to idle. Those fuel control switches that have been in the news so much recently, they get grasped by one pilot, the other pilot confirms it, and they don't get placed to cutoff until both pilots agree that they have the proper engine, and then they go and shut it off. Why? They don't want to shut off the wrong engine and have both engines now not working for them. So the first 5 items get taken care of, and then you clean up the aircraft. Now, these guys were already at 1,500 feet, so they would have most likely have started the cleanup process. Maybe they were in the middle of it. Maybe they were taking off with flaps 5. They got to bring it up to flaps 1 and then flaps up. That takes 30 seconds to a minute to do all that. Once they get completely clean, it's now called con. What is that? All right. Once they get completely cleaned up and they've gone through those first 5 items on the checklist, the engine knows to go to continuous power. And you'll see that on your screen. It'll just say CON for continuous power. It's a power setting somewhat less than climb power, but somewhere above normal cruise.